change happens for Universe 6 as Magetta is the next fight. I'm mostly doing this because the Magetta fight is less interesting than the Kaba fight, and I kind of want Kaba to fight Vegeta, as you'll see in a few minutes. Champa once again puts the dome over the arena to make the air get hot and heavy, which results in Gohan losing a lot of stamina in this fight. Luckily, Gohan is no stranger to insults, so he does manage to eliminate Vegeta with the ultimate Super Saiyan Kamehameha, but his oxygen supply is just too low, resulting in a double knockout. Next up is Vegeta, who takes on Kaba, and he teaches the young Saiyan how to transform into Super Saiyan and ends the fight as he did in the original story. Finally, Hit steps up to fight. He first battles Vegeta, and Vegeta loses to Hit's time skip. Next, Goku steps up, showing off the Kaioken Super Saiyan Blue, but knowing he's out, he eliminates himself and smiles at Broly. Beerus yells at Goku for quitting early and looks at Broly. His eyes sharpen as he tells Broly not to mess this up. That meant two things: don't lose the fight, and don't lose control. Hit cracks his neck and gets ready to face Broly. Clearly, they saved the strongest for last, so he had to be on guard and be ready for his time skip to evolve as they fight. Whis smirks as Broly begins to power up. It was hard for him to do, but a focus on control was needed to rein in the power Broly already had access to, and that was something he said and done. They might be able to work him up to God Ki eventually, but for now, this would do rather fine. First, he grows in size and becomes a child. Then, his aura turns white as he activates his unleashed potential. And finally, his pupils burst, while his hair turns blonde, as he transforms into a Super Saiyan. Even managing this level of control was extremely difficult. Broly couldn't maintain the form for long because of his ability and the head bump's desire to suppress the power. But Broly was far stronger than Goku, and by extension, far stronger than Hit. Every time skip was meaningless for the speed and power difference, but Broly knocked Hit out of the ring in a few blows, ending the battle and securing the win for Universe 7. This is, of course, when Zeno arrives. He scolds Beerus and Champa, but tells them he'll let it slide because it was very entertaining to watch, and he even suggests that they do this again sometime in the near future, but include all of the universes. Beerus and Champa let out a sigh of relief, but as he did originally, Goku walks up to Zeno and treats him just like any normal person. The first time something like this has ever happened to Zeno in his entire existence. Goku asks Zeno if he promises to do it, and Zeno promises to hold the tournament. So, Zeno flies off, guards, and Super Saiyan is summoned. Beerus waits for Universe 6's Earth to be restored, and everyone ends on a happy note. But, like I say at the end of every one of these parts, things do not remain peaceful in Dragon Ball for very long. In a distant universe, a god was being trained to become the next Kaioshin. However, his mind and his morals are clouded by thoughts of mortal actions. Perhaps there should be zero multiverse, so each universe entity can be maintained. After the battle against the revived Frieza and the tournament with Universe 6, the two adopted Saiyan brothers were finally together again, training under a unified teacher as Goku continued to master God Ki and Broly tried to tame his own internal power. However, power growth wasn't the only thing happening. In another timeline, a friend of our cast is in trouble. The child of Vegeta and Bulma, Trunks, was facing an unexpected and unhinged foe. Before we get into that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you want more Dragon Ball content, and while you're at it, go give me a follow over on Twitch. I will be starting up live streams again very soon. The beginning of this is very much the same as it was in the original version of the Future Trunks arc, with Trunks on the run trying to get to the time machine with the fuel Bulma has spent a year creating. During this, the death of Bulma and the supposed death of Mai occur, leading Trunks to a tearful exit from his timeline. When he arrives on present Earth, Bulma uses the communicator Whis gave her to call Goku, Broly, Vegeta, and Gohan back to Earth. So, with his new skills from Yardrat, Gohan teleports the group back to Earth, and they are shocked to find that Trunks is in the state he's in. As he opens his eyes, Trunks attacks Goku, mistaking him for Goku Black, but Goku easily catches the punch and Bulma snaps Trunks. He realizes that this isn't Goku Black, this is the same Goku he saw himself. Trunks tells them of his plight and the ruination of the future timeline, but Gohan steps up and powers up to Ultimate Super Saiyan, asking Trunks if the power of this form is beyond Goku Black. Trunks is astonished by Gohan's power, but he tells Gohan that Black has seemingly been toying with him this whole time. Gohan was definitely stronger than the power Black has been using, but he hasn't even transformed against Trunks either. It was still a mystery. Gohan powers down and puts his hand on Trunks' shoulder and tells him that they all have powers that surpass what he just displayed. Vegeta isn't happy with the idea of them going to insert before him, so he tells Trunks that he'll be getting stronger before they go back to the future. This trip would be a one-time visit for them. No back and forth like the original version of the story. Vegeta asks Gohan to take Trunks to Elder Kai and have the old man draw out Trunks' potential to save time. Gohan agrees and they teleport there. While the two are gone, a visitor arrives through a wormhole, one who looks suspiciously like Goku. This is, of course, Goku Black. The man who wishes to destroy all mortals has arrived in the present, and Goku steps up to take him on. The battle here is the same as in canon, so there's nothing to really go over. Black is pulled through the wormhole and taken back to the timeline, but before he does, he destroys the time machine on his way back. With the time machine destroyed, there was plenty of time for Trunks to have his power unlocked and even give him some time to train. Bulma tells them not to worry since she'll fix the time machine. It will take time, longer than it will take. And that's only because of one reason. More people are going to the future in this version of the story. Remember, the original time machine could only fit about 4 people at most, but this time they need to take at least 5 fully grown Saiyans on this journey. So it takes Bulma around a month to make the time machine, but luckily it's a time machine, so they can go to the moment after Trunks left, or at least to near that time. Beerus and Whis step in and tell them that time travel is strictly prohibited, but they tell them that they'll let it fly since there's already a new timeline made. At the moment, they're more interested in the fact that Goku Black dealt with a certain superior Kai in training, the disciple of Zama. So, Goku, Beerus, and Whis head to Universe 11 to see if they are right regarding the identity of Goku Black. This encounter remains the same as the original, the difference being that Gowasu and Zamasu recognize Goku from seeing the Goku before. With this change, there's no paradox explanation for Zamasu's origins in this version of the story. He becomes aware of mortal insolence to the point of wanting to take action against them earlier, though that won't change much outside of fixing the paradox. What also happens during their month wait is that Goku visits Zeno and gets the Zeno button. Gohan trains with Trunks after his potential is unlocked, and Whis has made it abundantly clear that he has no interest in training people before they time travel. Because of this, light training was done between Goku, Vegeta, and Broly, and now it's time for a trip to the future. In the new and improved time machine, Goku, Broly, Vegeta, Gohan, and Trunks make their way to the future. They arrive in a rabid city, and their chief minister tells Goku Black where they are here. He quickly flies over to them, and Trunks steps up to fight Goku Black. By using his ultimate form, Saiyan 2, Trunks feels confident that he can beat Goku Black now, so the two begin to battle, and it seems like Trunks actually has what it takes to win until Goku Black goes back. He's happy that Trunks has become more powerful because his body yearns to fight and grow more powerful. The Saiyan DNA affects Goku Black's judgment, but it wouldn't matter if he into Super Saiyan Rose for the first time. By combining the innate godly ki of Zamasu and the Super Saiyan form, Goku Black gets a variant of Super Saiyan that is far more similar to Super Saiyan Blue in terms of functionality and power. This was bad for Trunks, as he couldn't contend with that level of power growth. Black continues to beat down Trunks, so Gohan transforms to charge in and help him.